We are all about finding the world's craziest rides here at 999 Laser. And usually that's exclusively two-wheeled machines. But today we're making an exception. This is the world's craziest Tuk Tuk.
In this video, we'll be taking a close look at this Tuk Tuk. We'll go for a tour around the Crazy Toyz Workshop, and obviously we'll go for a longer ride in this machine, but I'll also have the opportunity to ride something else a little special as well. But first,
we're going to finish off this joyride here and we'll talk to Peter, learn all about this crazy Tuk Tuk. So I'm standing here with Peter Hannes, the crazy man that's built this crazy machine. He's just taken me for the ride of a lifetime. I'm going to ask Peter a little bit about this build. What are we looking at here, Peter? The world's craziest Tuk Tuk, but what is it?
This is a Tuk Tuk that's come from Thailand. We took the original Daihatsu 26 horsepower engine out and fitted it with a CBR 1000 engine. It's a little bit quicker now.
Yeah, so what are we looking at horsepower wise now?
It's 130 horsepower because it's the CBR 1000F engine.
Yeah. You just taken me out for a spin and it puts you in the back of the seat, gets the heart pumping a bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, yeah. There's plenty of power there. It's a scary thing to drive, actually.
Yeah. So what is it like to drive? Is it ride or drive? Because it's got handlebars in there.
Yeah, it's got handlebars. I think it's a drive. It's a bit of an experience.
Yeah.
We love taking it out. It seems to get a lovely reaction wherever it goes.
Yeah, we saw that. We went through the town earlier. You can see people having a double take. Not many people have seen a Tuk Tuk in the UK, I should think, but they might know what they are and might know they're a docile little taxi vehicle over in Asia. But then this thing comes by and you give it a rev and you're like, what on earth is that?
When it pulls away, people really aren't expecting it to sort of disappear like it does. It's a fairly modular vehicle, so the roof was able to come off, the front panels came off, take the back off, and then all you're left with really is the roll bar, the foot plates and the chassis rails coming back. To start with there, it was fairly easy because you've got all the room in the world to work with. We found a trike design axle which has got IRS suspension over the top, which is a really neat little unit. It comes with the discs and everything on there, which is a much better upgrade than the original beam axle. We fitted the trike design axle into the original frame of the CBR and basically dropped the chassis over the top of it and welded it in. And then straight away we had a rolling chassis with the engine in it. It makes a lot of people laugh. We've had it dressed up in flowers and things to sort of soften the blow.
What is it like to stop? You said you get the front wheel up sometimes. Is it a bit like a Reliant Robin? Is it going to tip over?
It's a learning experience to drive it. I think if you were to go out and drive it flat out, you would be upside down and probably dead. But at the moment, we're building the speeds up slowly. We've got up to about 70 miles an hour in it now. And we're just sort of slowly with it. I don't want to go too fast too quickly.
But you do have some grand plans with it in terms of speed, right?
We would like to have a crack at the land speed record for a Tuk Tuk, which as it stands is just over 83 mile an hour. Whether we're brave enough or going to have a go at it, I think we'd like to build the speeds up a little bit first to see if we're capable, because we have to take a passenger for the record attempt as well, so we need a crazy fool in the back.
So just tell us why you decided to put so much effort and time and money, I guess, into building something like this. Why do you do it?
Just love building something that's a little bit different. We've been doing it a long time now. Crazy Toyz Workshop is our platform for building crazy ideas and putting them online.
What were some of the difficulties of this build, putting that engine in this machine?
I think this has been easier, like you said earlier, the space around it, you've got more room to work with. It's been a fairly straightforward build, a very enjoyable build. And every time you go to work on it, you're just smiling all the way through it. We haven't had too many problems. It's more teething problems after it's been built. The hardest part of the build was the electrical work, because there's a lot of things that a bike It doesn't have like the hazard lights, windscreen wipers, so we've had to run another fuse box in there to take all the extra ancillary parts. So you can see in the end it's very much a tight fit. So you can even see on the bottom of the seat we've had to cut out for the engine to come through. So it's actually got heated seats, which is quite clever. We've had to quieten down the exhaust pipes because they were just too loud, so I've actually welded the end of the Nexus original cans onto the end of these stubby pipes. We've got the original Tuk Tuk radiator inside here with a fan which is working on an extra switch here to try and keep it cool. This is a push button water squirter to bring the water up to the windscreen for the MOT. There's quite a lot of work that have gone on that you don't notice.
Tell us about your background then, Peter, because you're not a mechanic, you're not an engineer by trade.
No.
You just love this stuff. But how did this get started and what was your previous profession?
My previous profession, I was a firefighter in Cheltenham and Gloucester, which I absolutely loved, but the whole time I was always racing or building something a bit stupid, just because I love being different, I guess. We can weld a bit and we have all these silly ideas and just sort of start collecting the parts. That's usually and then once you've got all the parts in front of you, it's like a jigsaw. You start puzzling them together. Yeah, they usually turn out all right. Bit of fun.
So that's the aim with the Crazy Toyz Workshop, right? That's how we got in contact with you, is your Facebook group, Crazy Toyz Workshop. Follow it if you're not already, because it is an interesting follow, that's for sure. That's how we know you. We were like fans of it ourselves, checking out what you guys are doing, what everyone else is doing on the page. But you build stuff, you sell stuff.
Yeah, nobody makes any money out of it. We sell a few t-shirts, but any profit goes straight to Air Ambulance. We don't make anything. It's just for the love and fun of making something different, using it, and then trying to start on something else. My sister-in-law painted the front for me. She's does a lot of artist work, and she did it all in acrylic paints, and then when she finished it, I've been over it with a couple of coats of clear varnish to make it a bit more weather resistant, and it does finish it off beautiful, doesn't it? Just gives it that sort of silly look.
Yeah, that out there.
Nobody's expecting those flowers to go that fast.
Jesus.
Right, if you're ready, I shall begin.
I am ready, let's do this.
If you hold on, Max, I'll give it a little squeeze up here.
Yeah. That's mental. We are in what we reckon might be the world's fastest tuk-tuk. I'm getting the taxi ride of a lifetime here. Peter's going to give it some beans. It's definitely the best sounding tuk-tuk in the world. I'm going to claim that one. Oh yeah! He told me, hold on. See what a tuk-tuk's made of. Oh yeah! Heavy on the brakes, it feels unstable. Peter says the front wheel of this thing comes up. We don't want to roll it into the turns either. Easy does it, mate. Oh, watch out for the postman. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Goes well, doesn't it?
You can say that again, yeah.
Only weighs about 350 kilos. It's a bit low.
Yeah. So Peter's just taken me for a spin in the tuk-tuk, and I can tell you that was an experience and a half, that's for sure. We're now arrived at the world of madness here at the Crazy Toy Workshop. He's going to give us a little tour around and show us what other treasures we've got hidden in this shed back here. It looks like a cool place. Let's go.
So everywhere needs a double-decker bus as a shed to keep guinea fowl in.
Yeah, of course.
There's an elephant and a big cock in the hedge. So this is our building pile, so if we need any metal for any of the building projects, it usually comes out of this pile down here. We can't afford brand new metal. So under that cardboard box there is a V8 engine, which is going to end up in the 1930s Morris that's just in the start of the shed here as a hot rod.
So this is the hot rod?
Yeah, 1930s Morris.
If you just pan past the toilet seat with the pan with the grass, behind that is our hot rod.
Finding the right size spanner is usually a mission under the bench. So this is something Chris has been working on. Little spinning man, weather vane. This is Chris's build, a Lister D.
So this looks very interesting. Explain this to us, because to me, this just looks like a pile of metal and rust.
Well, it's a 1940s Lister D cement mixer engine that he's put into a bike frame, and we have ridden it. It's just been left outside now for so long that the engine seized up, and it's in here to be refurbished. So we'll have you back again when this is a running and riding, and I don't think you'll be doing any wheelies on it, but
yeah, let us know if you want us to come back and see this thing in action.
Yeah, it fires every now and then, chuff, chuff, chuff. It's more like a steam engine than a motorbike, but it's unlike anything else. And then this is my next project, which is going to be a C90 chopper. I haven't got all the parts for it yet, I just sort of started collecting parts, but you can see the basic idea. It's going to be all handlebars and look like some fat bloke sat on it.
Is that the tank for it?
Yeah, I'm going to put that onto there. So this is off a NSU Quickly.
So the boys know a good brand when they see one. Decorate the workshop with it. Big thanks, as always, to Putoline for supporting what we do and helping us make videos like this.
I really do have to thank our sponsors. Without their help, we wouldn't be able to make these videos. As well as providing all of the oil that you need for your bike, Putoline also provide products to care and maintain your machines as well, such as the Dirt Bike Super Cleaner, the DX11 Chain Spray, and so much more. Head over to the Putoline website, there's a link in the description down below to check out the full range of products. We also have to give a big thank you and shout out to 24MX as well. They've got you covered for all of your hard parts. Head over to the 24MX website and use my code MAX15 to get 15% off a whole range of products on the site, such as the Pro Work stands, the 24MX race tent, and so much more. As always, a big thank you to our sponsors. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to keep raising the bar here on 999 Laser.
Yeah, tell me about this.
Well, this is what we've nicknamed Ivor Longen, because it's quite a big motorcycle.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a unit. So tell us, what are we looking at here? Because I have no idea.
We started off with a Honda CBF 900 frame, 1979. Then we collected an XTZ 750 swing arm. The suspension's off a 450, 450 RMZ.
And what about the lump in the middle?
Well, that's a 400 4-cylinder from a GSXR. Yeah, it just as a green lane trail bike, it's gone together really well. Really enjoyed building it, and to get that sort of antique look with
it looks awesome.
with the aluminium, it's come together and it rides okay.
How many bikes do you think have gone into that?
About 20 different bikes have gone into that. Yeah, it's all a mix of all sorts, and we just stuck it all together, and it's come out as a bike we can ride around. Because of the noise it makes when it's going round, it gets a lot of looks.
And you said that I could have a go on that one.
Yeah, you're more than happy to have a race around that around the field.
I think we should go over to the field then. Let's go. Okay, so I'm taking a ride and another toy from the workshop. This is Ivor Longen. It's a heavy old beast, but my god does it sound cool. Peter and the guys at the Crazy Toyz Workshop have built it for green lanes, really is what they built it for. It's like a dirt bike setup. So they built it for the green lanes. Obviously I'm riding it around the little field here. But they have taken it for out on enduro, for enduro events. It has been on a motocross track, they've told me. And it actually feels really cool to ride. Obviously, it's a very weird geometry setup here. I'm so far away from the front of the tank in the corners. They call it Ivor Longen because Peter reckons it's the longest motorcycle in the world. It's really weird to ride this thing. But man, it sounds cool. I'm not going very fast, but it sounds like I am. And that's how I like to roll. So a big old thank you to Peter, Hannes and the guys at the Crazy Toy Workshop for having us down today, showing us some of the toys, taking me for a spin in the tuk-tuk and letting me have a ride on Ivor Longen.